Liliana of the Veil. Now this is an iconic planeswalker. I played this back in Standard the first time around, and I also played it in Modern. I'm excited to see what we can do with it in Oathbreaker. This video is going to explore what signature spell might be best for a deck like this. The Elder spell is always good in Oathbreaker, especially in mono black. Destroy any number of target planeswalkers, choose a planeswalker you control, put 2 loyalty counters on it for each planeswalker destroyed this way. I'm not going to say much more about it because it's not a synergy card, it's just really good. Liliana's Triumph, a 2-mana instant. Each opponent sacks a creature. If you control a Liliana planeswalker, which you're gonna because it's your signature spell, each opponent discards a card. It's just more of what Liliana's already doing, but I don't mean that in a bad way, it's a strong card. Personally, I'm more interested in reanimation strategies. You can +1 Liliana, you discard your best creature, hopefully you have a good creature in hand to discard, then cast your signature spell and profit. I've got what I think are the 4 best options here. The first one is Reanimate, the classic 1-mana reanimation spell. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You lose life equal to its mana value. Whew. Now this is a high risk, high reward card. How much life are you willing to pay in a 20 life format with multiple opponents? You straight up cannot beat it for the mana cost though. That is an awesome rate. Plus, it can take a creature from an opponent's graveyard, something Liliana has forced them to discard. That could come up sometimes too. Persist is a 2-mana sorcery. Return target non-legendary creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a -1/-1 counter on it. This is so much worse in so many ways, but at least you don't have to pay half your life. I do think this is a solid option in multiplayer Oathbreaker. Shallow Grave or Goryo's Vengeance both return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield just for the turn with haste. Now this would be a tricky one to use. You would need your one attack to be so powerful that it either kills them or cripples them so they can't come back from it. Kozilek with Annihilator 4 comes to mind. Annihilator 4 will hurt them so badly it will be hard to come back, especially in one-on-one. But Kozilek shuffles into the library when it hits the graveyard, right? So how does that work? Well, both of these are instants, so you discard it, and with that trigger on the stack, you cast your signature spell and put it back onto the battlefield. If you'd rather just go hard on discard, Hymn to Turok is probably the best rate, especially for one-on-one. Target player discards 2 cards at random for just 2 mana. For multiplayer, Unnerve and Tassiger's Cruelty both force opponents to discard 2 cards. Siphon Mind makes each opponent discard a card, and then you draw cards equal to the number of cards discarded this way. I really like the card advantage on this one, especially since you're going to be discarding a lot to Liliana. Or I guess maybe just Sign in Blood. For 2 mana, you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. And I gotta mention Smallpox, because I love me some Smallpox. Each player loses 1 life, discards a card, sacks a creature, then sacks a land. When your deck is designed around Smallpox, your deck is designed to run around a smaller number of lands, and they're not prepared for that, so if they've got to sacrifice a land, and eventually another land, that's really gonna stink for them. I don't know if this is a good strategy for Oathbreaker or not, but I would like to try it someday. It is not a nice strategy though, so your friends might not like you much. But I've been hearing they don't like you much anyway. I like you though. I appreciate you here on my channel, so subscribe if you want. Is that a good segue? I don't know. I'm gonna stop here, I think. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you next time.